From the 10th Avenue Extension, this is MBN TV, bringing you the mega news, a 6th news live on a mega TV. My name is El Samuels, the headlines.
Mahama signs legal education reform bills. In business, Citi Slips as final IMF review concludes. Outlook remains stable. And on the international front, rebel fighters kill at least 69 people in northeastern DR Congo.
And this and many other stories coming up. The President, John Dramani Mahama, has signed the Legal Education Reform Bill 2025 into law, marking a historic turning point in Ghana's legal education system and bringing an end to the Ghana School of Law's 66 years monopoly on professional legal training in the country. President John Dramani Mahama has officially signed a legal education reform bill aimed at restructuring legal training and improving access to legal education in Ghana. The reform is expected to address long-standing concerns about entry barriers, capacity limitation, and transparency in legal education and admission process. The bill introduces measures to expand opportunities for qualified law graduates while strengthening standards within the legal training institution. It is also expected to review admission processes into professional law program, which has been a subject of public debate over the year. Stakeholders in the legal sector have long called for reforms to improve fairness and increase the number of trained legal professionals in the country. The development is expected to spark further national discussion on access, standards, and the future of legal education in Ghana.
Regulate legal education and ensure the highest standards in terms of legal education, but also to open up the space, for more opportunity for legal education in Ghana. This particular act has been one that many aspiring lawyers have been looking up to. So it's been signed.
Five persons have been arrested and remanded into the police custody over the alleged destruction of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC office building, under construction in the Elembele district of the Western region.
The destruction, which reportedly occurred in early hours of May 7th, saw the Alliance wielding guns and marchers as they demolished portions of the facility estimated to cost about 1 million Ghana cedis. Speaking to City News, the NDC Constituency Communication Officer, Kwesi Hansen, said the party remains resolute and will continue construction of the office complex. We have mobilized the contractors to come on site following the incident. We had to organize some materials for the construction. Investigations are still ongoing, so we are anticipating that by the time they are done, we will have a full report on whatever transpired and who those people were, he said. Meanwhile, the district chief executive for Elembele, Joseph Ama Ejekum, has condemned the incident, describing the action as unlawful and unacceptable. He stressed that no individual or group had the authority to pull down any structure except through lawful means sanctioned by the courts of the District Security Council, which he chairs. According to the DCE, the dispute land was purchased in 2017 by the Member of Parliament for Elembele, Emmanuel Amakofibua, for the late Chief Nana Boedi at a reported cost of 20,000 per plot. However, after the chief's death, the Riasobo royal family challenged the legitimacy of the sale, insisting the land had not been properly transferred. Mr. Ejekum said the matter was initially taken to court but later withdrawn for settlement through an alternative dispute resolution (ADR) process. He explained that in a bid to avoid prolonged litigation, the NDC agreed to repay for the land and also accepted conditions set by the royal family, including the employment of local youth on the project. support for the construction of the palace, and payment of annual royalties. The DCE alleged that after a memorandum of understanding had been signed, the royal family introduced an additional demand that the NDC and the MP facilitate the gazetting of King Kaku Aka III as overlord of Nzimaland. According to him, the demand fell outside the authority for both the party and the MP. He further claimed the structure had been targeted on previous occasions since construction work began.
Away from the Elembele story, the administrator of the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, popularly known as Mahama Care, Adjoa Obobia Darko Opoku, has clarified that the fund does not provide financial support for patients seeking medical treatment outside. Government has clarified that the Mahama Care program will not cover medical treatment outside Ghana. The clarification was provided by Obobia Darko Opoku, who explained that the initiative is designed to support healthcare delivery within the country, not abroad. According to her, the program is focused on strengthening local healthcare systems and ensuring that more Ghanaians can access quality medical care without need to travel outside the country. The clarification comes amidst growing public interest in the program, with many seeking to understand its coverage and benefit. Authorities are urging the public to take note of the program's scope as government continued efforts to improve healthcare delivery nationwide.
And then there's something that we keep getting. Many people want funding to go to India, to go to abroad to get treatments. Let me announce here and now, we do not support any funding out of the borders of this country. So if you see many people tagging us on Facebook and all other networks and asking us to support a patient who wants to take a trip to India to get further treatment, please count the Ghana Medical Trust Fund out, because that money that we spend on one patient to go to India for a treatment, we can use that for about 20 patients in country.
And from that story from the Obobia of Opoku Darko, we go to the business desk, where the Ghana cedi has recorded a mild depreciation and gains a major trading pairs over the 2 weeks, weakening across major trading pairs in both interbank and retail markets. The Ghana cedi has slipped slightly against the US dollars on the retail forex market, with exchange rates showing $1 trading at approximately 11 Ghana cedis 90 pesos at the Forex Bureau. Market watchers say the movement reflects mild pressure on the local currency, even though overall expectations remain relatively anchored. Analysts noted that the cedi's performance continues to be influenced by the demand for foreign exchange, import needs, and broader macroeconomic conditions. Despite the marginal depreciation, some financial observers say the currency has shown period of stability in recent trading sessions. The situation has renewed attention on the foreign exchange management and the sustainability of recent gains made by the local currency in earlier period. Market participants are expected to closely monitor development in the coming days as global and domestic factors continue to influence exchange rate movements. From the business desk, let's do some international story, where an attack by armed rebels has killed at least 69 people in the Uri province in the conflict to northeast of the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, according to security officials.
For more than 30 years, the mineral-rich Eastern DRC has been a battleground for various armed groups, vying for control of its many mines. Two ethnic groups, the Hima and the Ludu, have been locked in a long-running violent conflict in Ituri, a gold-rich province that borders Uganda and South Sudan. Armed men affiliated with the Cooperative for the Development of the Congo, coalitions of military groups which claim to protect the Lundu, carried out attacks in several villages on April 28. Local and security sources told the AFP news agency. These attacks followed an earlier assault by another armed group, the Convention for the Popular Revolution, CRP, which says it fights for the Hima community on positions held by the Congolese army near the locality of Pimbo. They said more than 70 people were killed when Codigo fighters landed retaliatory attacks in late April. Civil society leaders, the Don Lusa, told AFP. 2 Two other security sources, talking on conditions of anonymity, confirmed the attacks, with one stating the death toll of at least 69, including 19 militant members and soldiers. The presence of Kodiko fighters delayed the recovery of the bodies of several days. They said only 25 bodies have been buried, Losa said on Saturday, adding several sets of remains had yet to be recovered. A humanitarian source described bodies strewn on the ground near the village of Bassa, one of the areas targeted.
And that brings us to the end of this morning's Mega News, a 6 live and direct from our studios on the 10th Avenue Extension, Greater Estate. The news was also live across our social media handles on MBN 360. But let's take a look at our headlines.
Mahama signs legal education reform bills. In business, Citi Slips as final IMF review concludes. Outlook remains stable. And on the international front, rebel fighters killed at least 69 people in northeastern DR Congo.
For more news, log on to MBN 360. My name is El Samuels. Coming up is a sports update. Good morning.